There is a gentle quiet arriving with the evening now. A slowing of the world as light fades and the body begins to loosen its hold. A heart comes into this moment carrying the day quietly, carrying small joys, quiet concerns, tired thoughts that no longer need answers tonight. The air feels softer, the room feels still, and there is a knowing deep within that it is time to rest, not to solve, not to reflect deeply, but to simply be held in peace. The body senses this invitation, and the soul leans toward it willingly. Let the shoulders soften and sink downward. Let the forehead smooth without effort. Let the hands rest open and at ease. Let the breath slow and deepen gently. Let the body settle fully into stillness. If these prayers bring you peace, take a moment to like this video, subscribe for more nightly prayers, and share where you're listening from tonight. Your presence and words help keep this space gentle and growing. Now, take another slow breath. Let us begin this prayer together. Gentle God, source of life and quiet joy, a resting heart comes before you now, unguarded, unhurried, simply present. The noise of the day fades into the background, and your nearness becomes the calm beneath every breath. There is no need to arrive with words carefully chosen. No need to explain or prepare. You are already here, already attentive, already welcoming this moment of stillness. In your presence there is fullness that does not overwhelm, joy that does not rush, peace that settles rather than stirs. A soul rests here knowing that being near to you is enough, that in this quiet turning toward you, the heart finds a gentle gladness, not loud or bright, but deep and steady. A joy that feels safe enough to rest within the body. You guide the inner path with kindness, not pushing, not pulling, simply leading with calm assurance. Where the day felt uncertain, your presence brings steadiness. Where the heart felt weary, you offer renewal without demand. In this still hour, there is space to breathe, space to be held, space to receive joy as a quiet gift rather than something to be sought. There is peace in knowing that nearness to you brings rest to both soul and body. That joy flows naturally where you are present, like soft light filling a quiet room. This joy does not depend on circumstances. It rises gently from trust, from belonging, from being held securely in your care. Nothing more is required tonight. Nothing needs to be carried alone. Remain near now, faithful God. As this prayer continues into deeper stillness, let the heart rest in the calm assurance of your presence. Let peace spread gently. Let joy remain soft and steady, preparing the soul for rest that comes without effort. The stillness deepens gently now, as though the night is inviting everything to slow even further. The body responds without effort, settling more fully into rest, supported, steady, safe. The air feels calm against the skin, and the quiet grows wider, making room for ease to spread naturally through every place that has been holding on. Breath moves slowly and smoothly, uncounted, unforced. Each breath in feels like a soft receiving. Each breath out feels like a quiet release. The body listens to this rhythm and follows it willingly. Shoulders resting lower, chest easing open, the small muscles of the face relaxing into softness. There is nothing to manage here, only a gentle allowing. God of steady presence, you remain close in this settling calm, not drawing attention, not requiring focus, simply near. A resting heart senses you in the quiet spaces between breaths, in the ease spreading through the body, in the safety of this moment. There is comfort in knowing that your presence does not interrupt rest. It deepens it. The weight of the day begins to loosen its hold. Thoughts that linger grow softer at the edges, less defined, less demanding. They do not need to be followed or finished. They can drift quietly past, like clouds moving slowly across a darkening sky, leaving wide open space behind them. A gentle joy rests nearby, subtle and calm, not rising or falling, simply remaining. It feels like warmth spreading slowly through the inner body, easing places that were tense, soothing places that felt tired. This joy does not ask to be noticed. It heals quietly by being present, settling the heart into reassurance. You are the God who makes space for rest, who does not hurry the weary, who invites the soul to remain near without effort. In your presence, the body remembers how to let go. The mind remembers how to grow quiet. Peace flows naturally where you are near. Nothing presses for attention now. Nothing asks to be resolved. This moment belongs to stillness, to gentle trust, to rest offered freely. A heart settles here knowing it is safe to slow, safe to rest, safe to receive joy and peace as gifts rather than tasks. Let the calm continue to spread, through breath, through body, through thought. Let the night hold this rest securely. Let your presence remain the steady center, quiet and kind, guiding everything toward deeper ease. The calm settles more deeply now, like evening air growing cooler and softer as night unfolds. The body responds by letting go further, sinking gently into support, feeling held without effort. There is less awareness of edges, less sense of where the body begins and ends. Only a quiet heaviness remains, comforting and safe. Breath continues its slow rhythm, smooth and unhurried. Each breath out releases what little tension still lingers. Each breath in carries ease into the body. The chest rises gently and falls again, steady and calm. The stomach softens. The back loosens. Even the small places that stayed alert without notice begin to rest. Gentle God, you remain present in this deepening stillness. Not distant, not removed, but near in the quiet itself. A resting heart senses you without needing to focus, without needing to name anything. Your presence is felt as safety, as calm, as the steady peace beneath every breath. Thoughts grow fewer now, and when they appear, they feel light, unimportant, easy to release. They drift across awareness like leaves on still water, touching briefly, then floating away. There is no need to follow them, no need to understand them. Silence welcomes their passing and remains unbroken. A quiet joy continues to unfold, subtle and reassuring, like lamplight resting in a dark room. It does not brighten suddenly. It simply remains, offering warmth and steadiness. This joy settles into the body, easing the inner places that carried strain, calming the rhythms of heart and breath, restoring gently without effort. You are the God whose presence brings fullness without weight, joy without noise, peace without demand. In being near to you, the soul finds its place of rest, not by striving, but by abiding. This nearness feels steady and kind, allowing everything to slow at its own pace. The body grows heavier now, not uncomfortable, but supported. Arms resting easily, legs relaxed, the face soft and still. Breath flows quietly, evenly, almost unnoticed. Awareness drifts closer to rest, comfortable with the quiet, content to remain here. Nothing presses forward, nothing pulls backward. This moment stands complete as it is, held securely in your care. There is peace in knowing that joy flows naturally from your presence, like a gentle stream through the inner life, nourishing without force, healing without sound. Remain close, faithful God. As this calm continues to deepen, let the heart rest more fully in your nearness. Let the body follow into ease. Let joy and peace remain soft and steady, preparing the soul for deeper rest. The quiet feels wider now, like a calm valley resting under soft starlight. The body remains deeply settled. No movement needed, no adjustment required. Supported and still, it rests as though it has remembered how to be at ease. The night holds this moment gently, making room for peace to spread even further. Breath moves slowly and evenly, almost blending into the silence. Each breath feels like a small permission to release more fully. The shoulders sink, the jaw softens, the muscles around the eyes grow smooth and relaxed. The body listens to this gentleness and responds willingly, letting go without resistance. Gentle God, your presence remains steady within this stillness, not interrupting, not directing, simply near. A resting heart senses you as calm itself, as the quiet assurance beneath every breath. There is no need to seek you actively. You are already here, already holding this moment with care. The thoughts that once lingered fade further into the background, growing less distinct, less demanding. They pass through awareness without weight, without urgency, leaving space behind them. Silence fills that space easily, warmly, like lamplight settling across a quiet room. A soft joy rests alongside the heart, subtle and steady. It does not call attention. It simply soothes. This joy feels like gentle warmth spreading through the inner body, easing places that were tight, calming rhythms that were unsettled. Healing flows quietly where joy remains present, without effort, without awareness. You are the God who meets the soul in stillness, whose presence brings both peace and gentle gladness. In being near to you, the heart finds its path of life unfolding softly, not rushed, not forced, simply guided by your calm care. This nearness offers safety, rest, and quiet delight. The body grows heavier now, resting more deeply into support. Breath remains slow and even. Awareness drifts closer to rest, content to remain quiet. There is no need to remain alert, no need to hold on to wakefulness. The night feels safe enough to trust. Nothing is missing here. Nothing needs attention. This moment is complete, held within your presence. Joy and peace remain gently intertwined, steady and calm, preparing the soul for deeper rest without effort. Stay near, gentle God, as this stillness continues to unfold. Let the heart remain open and at ease. Let the body sink further into rest. Let joy and peace continue to settle softly through every part. The night holds everything softly now, as if the world itself has learned how to be gentle. The body rests without effort, settled and supported, no longer aware of the need to adjust or respond. Stillness feels natural here, welcoming rather than empty. The quiet deepens without asking anything in return. Breath continues its calm rhythm, slow and unforced, arriving and leaving like a tide that knows its way. Each breath out releases what little remains to be held. Each breath in carries ease into the body. The chest rises gently and falls again, steady and relaxed. The stomach softens. The back rests fully. The body listens and follows without resistance. Gentle God, you remain near in this widening calm, not as a thought to focus on, but as a presence to rest within. A heart abides here quietly, knowing you are close without needing to say so. Your nearness feels like safety, like steady ground beneath rest, constant and kind. The last traces of the day loosen and fade, Concerns lose their edges. Memories grow distant. The mind no longer gathers them. It allows them to drift away naturally. Silence takes their place, rich and untroubled, holding the space with ease. A quiet joy settles more deeply now, subtle and warm, like lamplight glowing steadily through the night. It does not flicker or demand attention. It simply remains, easing the inner body, calming the nervous places that stayed awake too long. This joy feels restorative, gentle medicine flowing through rest rather than effort. You are the God who offers fullness without noise, peace without pressure, joy without striving. In your presence, the heart is guided along a gentle path, not marked by urgency, but by calm assurance. This nearness brings a sense of rightness, as though everything has found its place for the night. The body grows heavier in the best way, supported and secure, arms resting easily, legs relaxed, the face smooth and still. Breath remains quiet, even, unguarded. Awareness drifts closer to rest, comfortable with the quiet, ready to let go further. Nothing calls for attention now. Nothing remains unfinished that needs to be held. This moment is complete, wrapped in your care. Joy and peace rest together, steady and soft, preparing the soul to move naturally toward deeper surrender. Remain near, faithful God. As this prayer continues into stillness, let the heart rest fully in your presence. Let the body follow into deeper ease. Let joy and peace remain gently intertwined, leading everything toward rest. The stillness deepens again, almost without being noticed, like night settling more fully around everything that rests within it. The body no longer resists this quiet. It yields gently, trusting the calm that surrounds and supports. There is a sense of sinking not downward, but inward, into a place where effort is no longer needed. Breath moves slowly and steadily, guided by rest rather than thought. Each breath out loosens the inner grip. Each breath in brings quiet reassurance. The body releases control little by little. Shoulders resting low, chest open and easy. The muscles of the back and legs soft and unguarded. Everything that stayed ready during the day is allowed to rest now. Gentle God, a yielding heart remains in your presence. Surrender unfolding without strain. There is no fear in letting go here, because you are near, steady and kind. What is released is not lost. It is received, held within your care more securely than effort ever allowed. Trust grows quietly in this surrender. The inner path feels calm and clear, not because answers are known, but because direction is no longer required tonight. The soul rests knowing that you guide gently. That joy flows naturally where you are present. This joy does not hurry or pull. It walks softly beside the heart, offering comfort and balance through stillness. A deeper peace fills the spaces left by release, steady and warm, like evening air resting among olive trees. It settles into the body, calming the inner rhythms, easing places that carried responsibility too long. Healing unfolds quietly here, through rest, through nearness, through trust that does not need words. You are the God who invites surrender without pressure, who offers rest without condition. In your presence, letting go becomes safe, even natural. The body senses this safety and responds by settling more fully. Breath slowing further, awareness softening. Everything moves toward ease without being pushed. The mind grows quieter now, thoughts appearing less often, fading more quickly. Silence stretches comfortably between moments of awareness, and that silence feels kind, supportive. The body follows this quiet lead, resting deeper, trusting the night, trusting your care. Remain close, faithful God, as surrender continues to deepen. Let the heart rest freely in your presence. Let the body sink further into calm. Let joy and peace remain gentle companions, guiding everything toward deeper rest. The night feels settled and steady now, like a quiet path stretching gently ahead without effort or direction. The body rests deeply, supported and calm, no longer holding itself ready, no longer listening for anything beyond the softness of breath. There is a sense of being allowed to remain here, unguarded, unhurried. Breath continues in a slow, even rhythm, moving like still water through the body. Each breath carries reassurance that nothing more is required, that rest itself is enough. The chest rises and falls gently. The stomach remains soft. The limbs feel comfortably heavy. The body understands that it is safe to let go further. Gentle God, you remain near in this quiet trust, not asking for attention, not drawing focus, simply present. A resting heart leans into your steadiness, releasing the need to choose a path or hold direction. Tonight there is no step to take, no decision to make, only rest within your guiding presence. The inner sense of striving fades further, replaced by a calm assurance. Joy rests quietly beside the soul, not as excitement, but as deep contentment, like lamplight resting in a still room. This joy feels grounded and safe, easing the inner body, steadying the heart, bringing comfort through nearness rather than movement. You are the God who walks gently with the soul, who leads without pushing, who guides without haste. In your presence, the path feels peaceful, not because it is seen clearly, but because it is trusted. This trust settles into the body, calming the inner rhythms. easing the places that once held concern. The mind grows softer now, less inclined to form thoughts, more willing to rest in silence. When awareness stirs, it does so gently, then settles again. Silence remains wide and welcoming, holding everything without pressure. The body follows this quiet lead, sinking deeper into ease. Nothing presses from ahead, nothing pulls from behind. This moment remains complete, held within your care. Joy and peace rest together, steady and calm, guiding the soul gently toward deeper rest. Without effort, without awareness, stay near, faithful God. As this trust continues to deepen, let the heart rest freely in your presence. Let the body remain settled and calm. Let joy and peace remain soft and steady, carrying everything towards stillness. The calm holds steady now, wide and unbroken, like still water resting beneath a quiet sky. The body feels settled into its place, no longer adjusting, no longer searching for comfort, simply resting, supported without effort. The sense of weight becomes reassuring, grounding, safe. Everything unnecessary has already been released. Breath flows slowly and evenly, barely calling attention to itself. Each breath in carries quiet ease. Each breath out releases the last traces of holding. The space between breaths widens, filled with silence that feels kind and welcoming. The mind drifts further from effort, allowing thoughts to dissolve on their own. Gentle God, you are present within this steady stillness, not above it, not beyond it, but woven through every quiet moment. A resting soul remains aware of you in the simplest way, through calm, through safety, through the gentle sense that all is well. Nothing needs to be corrected. Nothing needs attention. Your presence is enough. Joy rests softly beside the heart, subtle and constant, like lamplight glowing through a quiet room. It does not flicker or fade. It simply remains, bringing healing through its steadiness. The body responds by relaxing more fully, muscles sinking, breath deepening, inner rhythms aligning with rest. You are the God who gives joy without demand, peace without pressure. In your presence, the soul rests along a gentle path, guided by trust rather than effort. This nearness brings balance, calming the inner places, soothing what once felt unsettled. Healing unfolds quietly where joy and peace remain together. The body grows heavier now, comfortably supported, limbs resting loose and still. The face remains soft, the jaw unclenched, the eyes resting closed. Awareness drifts gently, unhurried, content to remain quiet. Peace settles deeper, wide and steady. Nothing calls for response now. Nothing waits to be done. This moment remains complete, held securely within your care. Joy stays soft and healing. Peace stays calm and unbroken. The soul rests easily here, safe within your presence. Remain near, faithful God, as this stillness continues to deepen. Let the heart remain at ease. Let the body follow into deeper rest. Let joy and peace continue to rest together, guiding everything gently towards stillness. The stillness feels spacious now, unhurried, as though the night has opened fully around this moment. The body rests without movement, settled and quiet, aware only of gentle support beneath it. Breath flows softly, almost unnoticed, carrying calm through the body like a quiet reassurance. Nothing interrupts this ease. Awareness grows lighter, thoughts fewer. When they appear, they drift without shape or pull, dissolving back into silence before they can linger. The mind rests beside this quiet, no longer reaching, no longer following, content to remain still. Silence feels full and kind, holding everything gently. Gentle God, your presence remains steady within this deep calm, sensed not through thought, but through peace itself. A resting heart abides here without effort, trusting that you are near, attentive, caring. Your nearness brings a quiet joy, not stirring, not bright, but deeply reassuring, like warmth resting beneath the surface. This joy continues its gentle work, easing the inner body, calming rhythms that once moved too quickly. It settles into the chest, the stomach, the breath itself, bringing balance and restoration through rest alone. Healing flows quietly where your presence remains. The body responds by letting go even more fully. Muscles relaxed, limbs heavy and still, breath slow and even. The sense of drifting grows stronger, awareness thinning, moving naturally toward deeper rest. There is no resistance, only a gentle surrender to calm. You are the God who holds the path of life steady, who fills nearness with joy and peace. There is comfort in knowing that nothing important needs attention now. You are already attending to all that matters, watching over what has been entrusted to you. This moment remains complete, calm and secure. Peace spreads evenly through every inner space. Joy remains soft and healing. The soul rests easily, held within your presence, ready to drift further into rest without effort. Stay near, faithful God, as this calm continues to deepen. Let the heart remain at ease. Let the body rest fully. Let joy and peace carry everything gently towards stillness. The night rests in a deep, steady hush now, like a quiet valley held beneath gentle starlight. The body lies completely at ease, No movement needed. No awareness required. Breath flows softly on its own, slow and even, guided by rest rather than thought. Everything feels supported, settled, secure. Awareness grows thinner, lighter, drifting without direction. Thoughts no longer form with clarity. They dissolve almost as soon as they arise. Silence stretches wide and calm, holding this moment with kindness. The mind rests beside this silence, content to remain still, no longer seeking engagement. Gentle God, you remain present in this deepening calm, not drawing attention, not requiring focus, simply near. A resting soul abides in your presence without effort, trusting that you are here even as awareness fades. Your nearness feels like peace itself, steady and unchanging. Joy continues to rest quietly beneath awareness, subtle and sustaining, like warmth held within the body. It soothes the deepest places, calming the inner rhythms, restoring balance through rest alone. This joy does not awaken the mind. It lulls the soul gently toward deeper stillness. The body grows heavier now, comfortably supported, muscles fully released, breath slow and secure. The boundary between waking and sleep softens further. Drifting feels natural, safe, welcomed. There is no need to remain alert. Rest carries everything forward. You are the God who keeps watch as sleep approaches, who guards without disturbance. There is peace in allowing awareness to fade, knowing you remain attentive, holding what matters while the soul rests. Everything is calm. Everything is settled. Peace remains wide and steady. Joy remains soft and healing. The night carries this rest gently onward, preparing the soul for deeper stillness. Remain near, faithful God. As rest continues to deepen, let the heart remain at ease. The stillness feels complete now, as though the night has settled into a deep and steady quiet. The body rests fully supported, unmoving, unguarded. Breath flows softly, almost unnoticed, rising and falling with gentle certainty. Awareness drifts in and out of silence, calm and untroubled. The mind rests in long stretches of quiet, no longer shaping thoughts, no longer holding attention. When awareness stirs, it does so gently, then settles again. Silence remains kind and spacious, holding this moment without demand, without interruption. Gentle God, you remain here in this restful abiding, closer than breath, nearer than thought. A resting soul remains in your presence without effort, without words, simply being held. Your nearness is not something to focus on. It is something to rest within, steady and safe. Joy continues to dwell softly beneath awareness, subtle and faithful, like warmth resting deep within the body. It brings calm to the inner places, smoothing what once felt uneven, restoring balance through stillness alone. This joy does not ask for attention. It heals quietly as rest deepens. The body remains heavy and at ease, muscles fully released, limbs still, breath slow and even. The boundary between wakefulness and sleep grows softer, more distant. Drifting feels natural and welcome. There is no need to stay aware. Rest is already carrying everything forward. You are the God who remains present when awareness fades, who watches through the quiet hours. There is comfort in knowing that nothing slips beyond your care. That peace continues even as the mind rests. Your presence guards this stillness gently and completely. All remains calm. All remains settled. Peace fills the inner spaces without effort. Joy remains soft and healing. The soul rests securely here, held within your presence, untroubled and safe. Stay near, faithful God. As this rest continues to deepen, let awareness fade naturally. Let the body remain at ease. Let joy and peace continue quietly through the night. The night holds everything with quiet tenderness now, like a still lake reflecting soft starlight. The body remains deeply at rest, supported without awareness. Breath moves gently, steady and calm, almost blending into the silence itself. There is no effort in resting, no effort in letting go. Everything feels allowed to remain exactly as it is. Awareness drifts further inward, thinning into gentle quiet. The mind no longer forms clear shapes or thoughts. It rests beside silence, content to remain there. When awareness flickers, it does so softly, then settles again. Silence feels safe and wide, holding this moment without pressure. Gentle God, you remain present in this quiet abiding, not as something to notice, but as the peace that holds everything together. A resting soul remains within your nearness without effort, without knowing, simply being held. Your presence feels steady and kind, guarding this stillness without disturbance. Joy continues to rest beneath awareness, subtle and constant, like warmth deep within the body. It brings calm to the inner places, smoothing the rhythms of breath and heart, restoring balance through rest alone. This joy does not awaken the soul. It supports sleep, healing quietly as the night continues. The body feels comfortably heavy now, fully settled. Muscles loose and unguarded, breath slow and even. The sense of drifting grows more complete, awareness fading naturally, moving gently toward deeper sleep. There is no resistance, only ease. You are the God who remains attentive through every quiet hour. who watches without waking the heart. There is peace in allowing awareness to fade further, trusting that you remain near, holding what matters while the soul rests deeply. Everything is calm. Everything is settled. Peace remains wide and steady. Joy remains soft and healing. The night carries this rest forward without interruption, covering this moment with gentle care. Remain near, faithful God. As rest continues to deepen, let awareness fade without fear. Let the body remain at ease. Let joy and peace continue their quiet work through the night. The quiet feels deep and settled now, like a still valley resting beneath a calm night sky. The body remains unmoving, fully at ease. No edges calling for attention. Breath flows softly, barely noticed, steady and calm, as though it belongs to the night itself. Everything feels supported, held without effort. Awareness drifts gently, hovering at the edge of sleep, comfortable there, untroubled. The mind rests in long spaces of silence, where nothing forms and nothing calls. When a thought appears, it feels distant, light, dissolving back into quiet almost immediately. Silence remains kind and wide, welcoming rest. Gentle God, you are present within this deep abiding, not as a sound or image, but as peace itself. A resting soul remains in your nearness without striving, without words, simply being held. Your presence feels steady and sure, guiding this stillness with calm care. Joy continues to dwell softly within, subtle and faithful, like a quiet warmth beneath the surface. It brings restoration without movement, easing the inner places that grew weary, calming rhythms that once felt uneven. This joy feels safe, gentle, content to remain unseen as healing unfolds through rest. The body remains heavy and secure, muscles fully released, limbs still and supported, breath slow and even. The sense of drifting grows deeper, more complete. Awareness thins further, moving naturally towards sleep without resistance. There is no need to remain awake. Rest is already carrying everything forward. You are the God who shelters the resting heart, who remains attentive through the silent hours. There is comfort in knowing that nothing slips beyond your care, that joy and peace remain present even as awareness fades. Your nearness guards this calm without disturbance. All remains settled now. Peace fills the inner spaces completely, wide and steady. Joy remains soft and healing. The soul rests here, untroubled, safe, ready to drift further into sleep. Stay near, faithful God. As rest deepens further, let awareness fade naturally. Let the body remain at ease. Let joy and peace continue quietly through the night. The night feels protective now, like a gentle covering drawn softly over everything that rests beneath it. The body remains deeply settled. No movement. No need to respond. Breath continues quietly, steady and calm, as though sleep itself is guiding it. Everything feels secure, supported, held in place by stillness. Awareness thins even further, becoming soft and distant. The mind no longer forms images or thoughts with clarity. It rests in a quiet space between knowing and sleep. Silence remains wide and kind, wrapping gently around every breath. There is no sense of urgency, no pull to return to waking. Gentle God, you dwell within this sheltering calm, unseen, unfelt, yet fully present. A resting soul remains within your care without effort, without awareness, simply being held. Your presence feels like safety itself, steady and unchanging through the night. Joy continues its gentle work beneath the surface, subtle and constant, like warmth resting deep within the body. It eases the inner rhythms, calming everything into balance, restoring quietly as rest deepens. This joy does not disturb sleep. It supports it, faithful and kind. The body feels fully at ease now, limbs heavy and relaxed, muscles completely released, breath slow and even. The sense of drifting grows softer and more complete, like floating gently into rest without edges. Sleep surrounds this moment fully, welcoming and safe. You are the God who shelters through the night, who guards rest without waking the heart. There is peace in allowing awareness to fade completely, trusting that you remain watchful, holding what matters while the soul rests deeply. Everything is calm. Everything is settled. Peace remains wide and steady. Joy remains soft and healing. The heart rests securely. The body rests deeply. The night carries this stillness forward with care. Remain near, faithful God, through these quiet hours. Let sleep continue undisturbed. Let peace remain unbroken. Let the soul rest securely within your presence. The stillness feels complete and unbroken now, like a deep, quiet sea without waves. The body rests fully surrendered to support, unmoving, unguarded. Breath flows softly, barely noticeable, steady and calm, as though it belongs entirely to the night. There is no sense of time passing, only rest continuing gently on its own. Awareness has grown faint, thinning into quiet presence. The mind no longer holds shape or direction. It drifts comfortably in silence, where nothing forms and nothing is needed. Sleep feels close, natural, already surrounding the edges of being. There is no effort in letting go, only a gentle easing into deeper calm. Gentle God, you remain here in this deepest rest, not as a thought to grasp, but as peace itself. A resting soul abides in your presence without knowing, without striving, simply being held. Your nearness is steady and sure, guarding this quiet without interruption. Joy rests softly beneath awareness, warm and faithful, continuing its healing work unseen. It settles the inner body, calming every remaining ripple, restoring balance through stillness alone. This joy feels like assurance, gentle and constant, present even as awareness fades further. The body feels fully at ease now, muscles completely released, limbs heavy and supported, breath slow and even. The boundary between waking and sleep dissolves more completely. Drifting becomes effortless, safe, welcomed. There is no need to remain aware. Rest carries everything forward. You are the God who watches through sleep, who remains present when consciousness rests. There is safety in letting go completely, trusting that you remain attentive, holding all that matters while the soul sleeps. Nothing stirs, nothing interrupts. Peace remains wide and steady. Joy remains soft and healing. The night continues its quiet work, carrying rest deeper and deeper. The heart remains safe. The body remains at ease. The soul rests securely. Stay near, faithful God, through the hours of sleep ahead. Let peace remain unbroken. Let joy continue quietly healing. Let rest remain deep and complete within your presence. The night feels settled into its deepest calm now, like a quiet room with the light turned low. The body rests without awareness of effort, fully supported, fully still. Breath moves gently on its own, slow and even, guided by sleep rather than thought. Everything feels safe enough to release completely. Awareness lingers only faintly, like the last glow of evening before darkness deepens. The mind no longer reaches for thoughts. It rests beside silence, content to remain there, drifting slowly and naturally towards sleep. There is no need to stay present. Rest is already here. Gentle God, you remain close in this near sleep stillness, guarding without disturbance, watching without sound. A resting soul remains within your care even as awareness fades. There is peace in knowing that prayer continues without words, that your presence holds what the mind releases. Joy remains soft and constant, like warmth beneath layers of rest, continuing its healing work unseen. It settles the inner body further, calming the smallest movements, smoothing the last traces of tension. This joy does not awaken the soul. It carries it gently into deeper rest. The body feels heavy now, comfortably so. Limbs fully relaxed, muscles loose and unguarded. Breath remains slow and steady. The sense of drifting grows stronger, awareness thinning further. moving naturally towards sleep without resistance. You are the God who gives rest as a gift, who does not require vigilance through the night. There is safety in allowing awareness to fade completely, trusting that you remain attentive, holding the heart in quiet protection. Everything is calm. Everything is settled. Peace rests deep and wide. Joy remains soft and healing. The soul rests here on the edge of sleep, untroubled, secure, and at ease. Remain near, faithful God. As sleep deepens further, let rest continue undisturbed. Let peace remain steady. Let the heart remain safely held through the night. The quiet feels almost complete now, like the world has stepped fully into rest. The body lies deeply settled. No movement, no adjustment. Breath flows softly, guided by sleep rather than thought. Awareness fades in gentle waves, coming and going without effort, without concern. Everything feels calm and held. The mind rests in long stretches of silence, where nothing forms and nothing calls. Thoughts no longer gather. They dissolve before appearing. Silence holds everything kindly, wrapping this moment in peace. Sleep draws nearer, not as something to enter, but as something already surrounding the soul. Gentle God, you remain present in this near-sleep stillness, holding the heart as consciousness loosens its grip. A resting soul remains within your care even as awareness slips away. There is trust here without words, surrender without effort, knowing you remain when the mind rests. Joy stays soft and steady, like quiet warmth beneath layers of calm, continuing its healing work unseen. It rests within the body, easing the final traces of tension, soothing the inner rhythms until everything feels balanced and still. This joy does not disturb sleep. It deepens it. The body grows heavier, more at ease, muscles fully relaxed, breath slow and even. The sense of drifting becomes gentle and complete. Awareness thins further, floating just above sleep, ready to fade entirely. There is no resistance, only rest welcoming rest. You are the God who covers the sleeping heart, who keeps watch through the night without waking the soul. There is peace in letting awareness go completely, trusting that you remain attentive, guarding this rest with quiet care. Everything feels safe. Everything feels settled. Peace rests wide and steady. Joy remains soft and healing. The soul rests here, ready to slip fully into sleep, held securely within your presence. The night feels very close now, like a gentle curtain drawing softly across awareness. The body remains deeply still, fully relaxed, resting without effort. Breath moves slowly and quietly, guided by sleep rather than thought. Each breath feels like a soft settling, carrying the soul further into rest. Awareness flickers faintly, appearing and fading like distant light. The mind no longer holds shape or direction. It rests in silence, drifting naturally, comfortably. There is no sense of needing to remain present, no pull to return to waking. Sleep feels welcoming and safe. Gentle God, you remain near as awareness grows dim, holding the heart as consciousness loosens completely. A resting soul remains within your care without knowing, without effort, without words. There is trust in this quiet letting go. Trust that you remain when awareness fades. Joy rests deep and unseen, continuing its healing work quietly, like warmth spreading through the inner body, calming, restoring, settling everything into peace. This joy does not stir the mind. It carries the soul gently toward deeper rest, steady and kind. The body feels heavy and secure, limbs loose, muscles fully released. Breath remains slow, even, unguarded. The boundary between waking and sleep dissolves almost entirely. Drifting feels complete, natural, embraced. You are the God who watches through sleep, who guards the night without waking the soul. There is safety in allowing awareness to fade fully, knowing you remain attentive, covering this rest with gentle care. Everything is quiet now. Everything is settled. Peace rests wide and steady. Joy remains soft and healing. The soul drifts freely, untroubled, secure, ready for deep sleep. Remain near, faithful God. Through the deep hours of rest ahead, let sleep settle fully. Let peace remain unbroken. Let the heart remain safely held in your presence. The night rests in full quiet now, deep and undisturbed, like still water beneath a gentle sky. The body lies completely at ease, settled beyond awareness. Breath moves softly on its own, slow and steady, carrying peace through every part without effort. Everything feels covered by calm. Awareness is faint now, barely present, like a soft echo that comes and goes. The mind rests in silence, no longer forming thoughts, no longer holding shape. Sleep surrounds this moment fully, holding it with kindness. There is nothing to return to, nothing to attend to, only rest continuing on its own. Gentle God, your presence remains constant through this deep quiet, unseen, unfelt, yet fully near. A resting soul remains under your care without knowing, without waking, without striving. You keep watch while sleep holds the body, guarding this night with steady love. A blessing settles softly over mind and body, not announced, not stirred, simply given. Peace rests where thoughts once moved. Calm rests where effort once lived. Joy remains deep and gentle, continuing its healing work quietly through the hours of sleep. The body remains relaxed and secure, muscles loose, breath even, heart steady. Everything needed for rest has been provided. Everything required for safety is already present. The night carries this blessing forward without interruption. You are the God who restores in sleep, who renews without awakening, who remains faithful through every quiet hour. There is comfort in knowing that nothing is lost in rest. That healing continues even in stillness, even in silence. All is calm now. All is settled. Peace rests wide and steady. Joy remains soft and healing. The soul sleeps safely, held within your presence, covered by your care, carried gently toward morning. The night remains wrapped in complete stillness now, deep and gentle, undisturbed. The body continues to rest fully, held in calm without awareness. Breath moves quietly and steadily, slow and peaceful, carrying life through every place without waking effort. Everything feels settled into safety. Awareness rests far beneath the surface, softened by sleep. The mind remains quiet, untouched by thought. Silence surrounds this moment like a gentle covering, kind and protective. There is nothing to reach for, nothing to return to. Only rest unfolding exactly as it should. Gentle God, your presence remains faithful through the deepest hours, watching without disturbance, guarding without sound. A sleeping soul rests securely within your care, unseen, unfelt, yet completely held. Your nearness does not fade with sleep. It remains steady and sure. A final blessing rests softly over this quiet heart, peace filling every inner space, calm remaining where strain once lingered, joy staying gentle and healing beneath sleep, restoring without awareness, renewing without effort. Nothing presses in. Nothing unsettles. All is held in balance and care. The body continues to rest deeply, muscles loose, breath even, heart steady. The night carries this blessing forward, guarding rest until morning light returns. Renewal unfolds quietly through stillness, through trust, through your faithful presence. You are the God who keeps watch until waking, who restores in silence, who remains near through every quiet hour. There is safety here, completeness here, rest given freely and fully. All remains calm. All remains peaceful. Joy stays soft and healing. Peace stays deep and unbroken. The soul sleeps securely, wrapped in your presence, held through the night, and gently carried toward a new day.